Ag Outlook on NTV's Grow is driven by Cornhusker Toyota Honda, home of the Toyota Tacoma and Tundra trucks, and Nebraska's only dual Toyota Honda dealer.
I've been the one making management decisions on some corn this year. When to irrigate, how much to fertilize. That corn was looking pretty good when I stopped by a couple of weeks ago until the hail hit. Here's more of my conversation with Chuck Burr of Nebraska Extension.
Yeah, so probably a little early to tell yet. We kind of recommend waiting 7 to 10 days to kind of see, what plants go ahead and die off or don't try to recover. So a little early to tell. We have taken some assessments. We did a leaf area index, which is basically, how much of the area is covered with leaves out there. And we're at 3.8 to about 4.6. So typically you'd be 6 to 7 on a mature crop like we should have right now. So obviously some lower leaves or quite a few of the upper leaves stripped and taken off the plants. I would guess, probably 40 to 50% defoliation, which if you look at the hail charts for this growth stage we're at right now, just past tassel into R1, probably in that 70% range of what the yield could have been, I guess, if we hadn't got hit by hail.
Yeah, so I mean, for folks maybe who don't know where this corn, how it was looking, how was it looking, and what stage were you seeing? And obviously, it's a little different because this is a field with a whole bunch of different hybrids in it.
Yeah, the hybrids were all planted on the same day. Of course, different growing degree day requirements to reach tassel and things like that. But most of the field was tasseled, so we're at R1. So things were pretty well pollinated. There may be a hybrid or two that might be a little bit later. Might get dinged a little bit more than that, but not really the ideal time you want to get hailed. Probably the least ideal time, because if you interrupt that pollination process, and strip those leaves, it's all yield loss from here on out. So
I've got a crop X sensor in the ground, and it's been telling me we've got a lot of moisture. So up until last weekend, as far as rainfall goes, it's been about as good as you can imagine for Lincoln County, Nebraska.
Yeah, for where we started out, until the 1st of May, we were really, really dry. We keep records here at the Research Center, and the driest February, March, and April on record since 120 years ago. So I think we're above normal now again with all the rainfall we've had. The other thing that's a little different this year is our humidity levels seem to be quite a bit higher, which reduce our crop water use. So that's probably an important point for growers to think about. With the extra rainfall and humidity, water use rates are going to be less, probably don't need to be irrigating as much. The other comment I'd like to make in terms of our soil sensors, so each one of our participants has a soil sensor in one of their plots. And from an a crop insurance requirement, you're required to keep that crop watered. If you're out there and you've had a field that's been damaged by hail and crop insurance is telling you to keep it well watered, if you don't have a sensor in there, put one in pretty quick, and that'll save you some dollars going forward to not irrigate when you don't really need to.
NTV's Grow promises to bring you all the news and trends surrounding agriculture in Nebraska.